join us. As usual, just some housekeeping items before we get started. Yes, this session will be recorded. If you have any questions, please do use that Q&A. We do have a team managing the chat, so if you miss the bureaucracy of it, you can use the chat as well, and we'll keep an eye on that. But please do put those questions in your Q&A so that we can hopefully get to them at the end of the session. Replays as well as recordings will be all available on our YouTube channel. This session's recording should be up by the end of day today, so keep an eye out for that. I'll also send the link in a follow-up email like usual. The next one, Jeff, please. Awesome. Cool. So now we're going to get to why you're here today and why it matters. So the agencies pulling ahead this year and in the future are not outspending anyone necessarily on their acquisition. What they're doing is they're monetizing the book they already own, selling outcomes instead of software, and making their value impossible for their clients to ignore. This is exactly what Jeff is going to walk us all through. Jeff kicked off our series on April 30th. If you were here, thank you. If you haven't seen it, it'll be available in our YouTube playlist. The recording is up there. And Jeff's back today with the Expansion Playbook. Live builds in Vendasta Vibe, real numbers, and a 30, 60, and 90-day plan you can execute Monday morning or earlier if you're eager. Jeff has 20 plus years as a business owner and leads partner growth and expansion here at Vendasta. He spent the last year in front of hundreds of partners face-to-face, so he knows what works. So Jeff, take it away.
Thanks, Rashida, for the lovely intro there today. All right, well, I guess I'm back again, continuing with our sales and strategy series. It's good to see some regulars around and so many new people that I haven't had a chance to meet yet. So hello to everybody out there. Glad I'm getting an hour of your time here on a wonderful day. So as Rashida said, we're going to be recording this. You can review the playback. Make sure to drop your questions in the Q&A section. I've got a couple team members on standby that are going to be able to answer them. I'll get to them if time permits, but rest assured the team is going to make sure those are answered online or offline if we don't have time today. Also, we have a draw at the end of the webinar today. So let's make sure that you have your phone ready to go towards the end to scan that QR code. As Rashida said, my name is Jeff Leibel. I'm the head of growth and expansion here at Vendasta. I've been with Vendasta for just over maybe 6.5 years now, and absolutely loved every single minute I've worked here, especially in the last couple of years with the advent of AI. It's been very rewarding for myself and watching partners build things inside the platform and use our tools and our technology. So thank you very much for joining us today. Last time I walked you through the shift from software users to sort of an AI native agency, and I got a lot of really good feedback about that. So we're going to dig into a little bit more detail here today. We're going to get a little bit tighter and more tactical. 3 things: where the next dollar that you want and need actually comes from, how to sell it, and then I'm going to show you some of our technology today and some simple builds. We've got a ton of polls in here today, so I do want your feedback, not just your attention. So take a moment when they pop up to jump into the poll section and answer them if you can. Great. Here's the map for today. 4 sections, 40 minutes. Section 1 is the gold mine. That's where your cheapest revenue actually lies. We're going to run through that. Section 2 is how to sell it. Outcomes, not software, especially now that everybody's got AI. And then section 3 is actually my personal favorite. I'm going to show you how to use our technology in a live setting and how easy it is to build for the future. And then section 4 is going to be your playback plus the Q&A section. So let's start with the money you're already sitting on. And I love saying this, like, this is the gold mine right now. Let me show you how most of you walk past this every single day. And I want to make sure everybody's aware of what is actually sitting right in front of you today. So I want to start with this big picture here. You're standing on a gold mine. That's your existing clients. And every quarter you grab a shovel and you start digging new holes, looking for gold elsewhere. You know, new clients feel like progress, but here's the thing. They're also your most expensive, slowest, riskiest dollar that you could ever have. The gold's already underneath your feet. It's the clients who already trust you and already pay you today. And speaking of which, here is our first poll. Maybe the poll will come up on the screen. There we go. Thanks, Rashida. All right, quick gut check to open up with. Where do you want to grow the most in 2026? New clients, your existing books, fatter margin, or honestly, just fewer late nights answering those questions. Again, there's no wrong answer here. I just want to see what's in the room and what you're hungry for. win more clients, grow existing book, fatter margins, late nights. Yeah, that would probably be one that I would want there. So let me show you why the new clients is probably the most expensive piece. Here's what an actual new logo costs you in 2026. You're spending $2 for every $1 of new recurring revenue. And that number just went up 14% this year alone. Acquisition is getting much more expensive, not less expensive. Then it's about 18 months before you even break even on that first customer. And your odds of closing a cold prospect, 5 to 20%. So basically you lose 4 out of every 5. Now let's watch what happens when you turn around those economics on the book that you already have. It's the same market, completely opposite economics here. Expanding a client you've already had is 5 to 10 times cheaper than landing a new one. Your close rate jumps from 5 to 20%, and then all the way up 60 or 70%. You've already earned their trust. Then there's the net revenue retention, the metric that every single board lives by. The median company is about 101%, and true winners are up at 111% and even higher than that. And that gap between the two numbers, that's pure expansion. 40% of all software growth comes from expansion and not new logos. So here's the real question. If it's cheaper, faster, and easier, why isn't everybody doing it? So I want you to think about this later tonight or tomorrow. Your cheapest pipeline is the book you already own. There's no new ad budget. There's no new sales hiring. There's not even a cold start with them. That's the pipeline that's already sitting inside of your billing system. So the question is, why is going back to existing customers so hard for you? Let's actually just name it. Here are the 5 reasons I hear almost every single week from partners just like you. And the first one costs the most. First is you assume their problem is solved. You fixed their problem a year ago, and then you mentally close that file. But the world has moved fast, and AI is changing rapidly every single day. The AI has changed, their competitors have changed, their customers have changed. The problem that you solved last year isn't the problem they've got today. 2, you have no expansion motion. Expansion is nobody's job, so it never gets done. And that happens on purpose. 3, fear of poking the bear. I hear this one quite a bit as well. You think that if you have to go back to a client, they're going to reopen that contract and want to negotiate with you. So you go quietly about and don't poke that bear. 4, there's no trigger data. You can't see who's all ready to buy, so you ask nobody. And then 5, the founder bottleneck. Only the owner can have the money talk with clients. And guess what? That doesn't scale. And look, not one of these is a single problem. It's just something that's missing from the system. The biggest is assuming last year's fixes still fixes this year's problems. And this is the most important retention slide I've got here today. And I presented it a few weeks ago at the other sales session. One product, 30% retention after 2 years. When you have one product, you're just a line item on an invoice, easy to cut out of a P&L. When you have 4 products, you've gone up 50%. Now you're actually woven into their fabric and how they operate. Now, this is the unfair advantage. When you have 6 or more with AI employees, 85% of those will be around after 2 years. Now, look back at the poll that you did number 1, and if you're sitting in a 1, 2, or 3, this slide should be your roadmap. So how do we actually move the clients up the ladder? Let's do a quick poll and I'll show you. Second poll, who actually owns expansion in your business? So be honest about where you are today. And honestly, most of you will land in probably the first or second column. And that is a gap. Yeah, we're seeing that there. We got 12%, 18%, So I'm going to show you what this function actually looks like. And I thought it's very ad hoc. The owner does it there. We've got one part-time person, but you can see from the numbers there that it is very much so bucketed in the first silo. All right. So, just be honest with yourself for a second. Your AM, your CSM, whatever you call them, even if you have that function at all, are they passive? Are they reactive? Are they waiting for that next ticket or the customer to contact you, answering that question, and then they close the ticket or comment when that's gone? They're paid exactly the same whether your revenue grows or not for the most part. And that's what we call a cost center. What you want is actual salespeople, people that are proactive, hunting the next outcome. They know how to book and they're motivated to grow your revenue. And that is actually a profit engine. And there's no in between. Support keeps the lights on, but sellers grow the business. So this is how we are going to fix that issue. 4 moves. That's the whole system right here. 1, assign an owner, a real name, an accountable person that's accountable for the existing book. Uh, the day stops being the founder side project, and it actually starts working. 2, read the triggers. Our platform already tells you who's ready, who's showing that buying signal. 3, run script. Basically the same outcome-based conversation every single time. Repetition creates expertise, and that's why a script is very important. And I call it a script. Some people call it a playbook. Whatever it is, it's a repeatable process that you and your team can do. And then, the last part is lead with AI offers. In 2026, I think this is the easiest thing that you can add into a basket because everybody's looking for it. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how to position AI and why that's important as well. So these are the green flags that say upgrade me. So you can stop guessing. The data already knows. So think about daily logins, heavy usage on one app, AI doing the fulfillment, lead volume climbing, a renewal window opening up or closing very quickly, and then they have new staff or new locations. Every one of these is a client raising their hand. You just have to be looking for those signals. Now let me put a real dollar figure on this so it stops becoming so abstract. The highest ROI meeting in your business is the quarterly business review, and most of you aren't running it. Keegan Pidrebeski did a really good job of showing you how a quarterly or a strategic business review opens up so many doors. I encourage you to go back and look at the walkthrough that he did in one of our past sessions. It's really powerful, and we run this play internally quite a bit. So 1, with a strategic business review, you show the wins. You put the leads, the reviews, the jobs that were booked right up on the screen for your client to see. Then you surface the next gap. Every result exposes the next problem. So name it before they feel it. And then 3, make the upgrade obvious. Tie one AI employee straight to that gap. One product, one outcome, one clean ask. And then 4, book the next SBR, QBR before you leave the room. Consistency is also important in this game. And I've sat in hundreds of these meetings in the last 6.5 years. And guess what? It's a structured one that expands every single quarter. Casual check-ins equal churn, especially over time. And while you're in that meeting, you want to make sure that you do one critical thing when talking with your client. You're going to ask for a referral. Your happiest clients are sitting on the next 10 clients. They just need to be asked. You've already earned the right. Only ask them once you've shown them a win, never before that. Make it specific, not, hey, do you know anybody? Ask, who else runs a shop like yours? Specific questions get you names and make it effortlessly. Offer to draft the email intro so that they can send that over. Remove every excuse for them not to do that. Read it exactly. You clearly value results. Who are 2 other business owners that deserve the same for their business? That's exactly what you read out to them. And look, a referral closes much faster, it pays more, and it churns less. It's the cheapest pipeline on earth, and almost nobody is asking for it. Now let's take a look at the math, excuse me, and see what that compounds to. So I'm going to make this gold mine really concrete here for you. So let's say you're a business with 100 existing clients. You can plug your own numbers in, but for this model, you have 100 clients. A modest $239 a month upgrade, and that's just one AI conversation unit. 0 ad dollars, 0 new hires, 0 new acquisition cost. That's $240,000 of new recurring pure margin profit after a year. And those are from people that already are paying you. And to answer everybody's question, yes, I removed the $39 cost on the AI receptionist from that calculation. So run your own numbers, count your own clients, your time for average upsells, and then times by 12, and you're going to get that growth engine there. We're going to jump into the second section here. It's all about selling those outcomes, because here's the things: the SMBs buy, their buying journey has changed underneath all of us. So a quick poll here: when an SMB comes to you, what exactly do they ask you to fix for them? Yeah, more customers, leads that slip away, shaky reputation, or something along the lines like, I'm just drowning here, take this off my plate. This data tells me what your clients are really buying. Every one of these is an outcome, and every outcome has a Vendasta lever associated with it. Yeah, the getting more customers is oh so common. Perfect. And here's some numbers that are going to help you change how you sell. Seat-based pricing, selling by the login dropped from 21% of vendors to 15% of vendors in a single year, and it's dying even faster than that. And what replaced it? It's outcome-based pricing. Pay per value, pay for results. Your SME doesn't want a tool with 10 seats in it. They want more jobs booked, and that's it. That's all. So stop selling the thing, start selling what the thing does. And the fastest way to lose a skeptical SMB is open with the word artificial intelligence. That is the number one way to throw your entire sales pitch in a spin. Truth is, they don't care how it works. They don't care that the phone got answered at 2 a.m. and a job got booked. So show the dashboard, not the technology. Show the outcome and not the engine. We're going to do another quick poll. I'm sorry, I apologize in advance that there are quite a few polls here, but this really does help myself and my team understand where your partners are in your journey. There we are. So we've got one more right behind that. So all in, building with it, 100%. I hope other people jump in. We're not going to hold this or lord this over your heads if you answer any of the other ones. So great. Everyone's all in on it right now. Let's jump to the second poll question. How do your SMB clients feel about it? Now that's the one that shapes everything, how your clients actually feel about it. Curious but unsure, skeptical, scared. If I would have done this a year ago, 99% of the votes would have gone to scared and avoiding it. Skeptical would have been a lot higher. Curious and excited, those would have been almost nil items there. Awesome. We'll jump to the next one. It's good to see that as time is going on, that SMBs are genuinely becoming more interested with it, and we're going to see that uptake over the next couple of years. But there's still a lot of them that are, they're scared of it, what it might mean to them and their business. So let me kill an excuse I hear constantly: my clients aren't asking for AI. Well, of course they're not. No owner ever walked into an agency and said, "Hey Jim, I just want AI." What they say is, "Hey, I want more calls answered. I want more reviews. I want to outperform my competitor. I want more jobs booked." That's what they're asking. And that is actually AI. They're already shopping for it. They just came at it from the outcome side. Your only job is to be the one holding it out when they're reaching for it. So I've had this conversation hundreds of times in the last couple of years, and the partners that are actually winning are the ones who've stopped waiting to be asked for it and start leading with the outcomes. Okay, we're almost to the polls. I promised you that. We'll throw this one up here. Sixth poll: how are you pricing right now? Hourly, per seat, flat retainer, or true outcome based on results? There's no wrong answer here. I just want to see where this room actually sits. It's interesting. There we go, flat retainer. Yeah, that's how we're seeing most of it sold. Perfect. Thank you. When an SMB says your price is too high, you don't defend the price. You just have to reframe that question. One missed call is $5,000 it could be $5,000 in a lost lead. The AI receptionist catches every one of those leads for $79 wholesale a month. A one-star review drops 5 to 9%. On $1 million business, that's $50,000 to $90,000. Reputation AI prevents that piece. A part-time human receptionist probably costs about $3,000 to $4,000 a month. The AI is actually $79. So that's 38 times cheaper, never sleeps, never quits. You're not selling software here. You're selling the avoidance of a very expensive problem in the future. So how to run that outcome pitch? And this is the whole conversation, is like, lead with their number, the outcome that they lose sleep over, not something on your feature list. 2, show, don't explain. Put a live dashboard on the screen and let the result sell itself. I love that play. 3, price against inaction. Anchor it to what the problem cost them. And then 4, tie it to the basket. Every proven outcome opens the door to the next product. Outcomes are your expansion engine, which brings the two halves of this together today. Here's the real language, not any marketing talk, the actual sentences owners say to you. And for everyone, I'll show you how to answer it. So the script is, I miss calls when I'm on a job. So you say, I hear from owners just like you every single week. Our program puts a dedicated receptionist on your line that answers every call, qualifies the lead, and books the job while your hands are full. You never had another hot lead go shopping down the street ever again. Next one. I get leads, but I'm too slow to call them back. I'm busy. Yeah, I get it. Speed, and what you're going to say back is speed wins. And whoever answers usually first closes it. We reply to every single lead in seconds, by text, by chat, or email. So the deal is yours even before they can think about calling somebody else. Nobody can find me on Google. And what you would respond to is, if they can't find you, they hire the person who came up. We get you to the top of the Google and the map listings so that your listings are clean and consistent everywhere. So you're the first name they see when they're looking for you. I'm too busy with customers. I already have enough of them. But how I would respond to it, that's a great problem to have, right up until the point it isn't. We automate the busy work so you can stop drowning, and we quietly build a nurturing pipeline in the background. So when inevitably it slows down, you've got a warm list ready to reactivate instead of starting from zero pipeline. I need more customers, not more tools. Response, then we're aligned, because I'm not selling you a tool. I'm selling you booked jobs and customers who come back. The platform runs underneath. All you're going to see is the results. So if you can see the pattern here, you can repeat the line, normalize it, then paint the outcome and the cost of what doing nothing costs them. Here's 5 more quick ones here. I know I should be asking for reviews, but I never do. What you'd say is, you're sitting on a gold mine of happy customers and you're staying invisible. We ask for the review automatically after every job and we respond to every single one. So your reputation becomes your best salesperson. More 5-star reviews, more trust, more calls. People book and then don't show up. What you respond to that is, every no-show is money that walked out the door. We send automatic texts and email reminders that cuts no-show rates by up to 75%. So your calendar is always booked, and that is actual revenue that you can actually keep. Here's a common one. I don't have time to post on social. Your response should be something along the lines like, nobody does. And that's the point. We run always on content engine that posts for you on brand every single week. You stay on top of mind without ever touching it, while you get to keep heads down on the work that is actually important to you. My competition is eating my lunch. They're not better than you. They're just everywhere. We use the same, if not better, firepower that the big guys have, and we put that in your hands. The receptionists, the reviews, the follow-up, the ads, all work together. Stop looking small and start winning the deals that you thought were theirs. I'm drowning. I do everything myself. That's a great one. Then let's get you a team that never sleeps. Our workforce, our platform answers the calls, chases the leads, handles the reviews, runs the follow-up. You get your nights back, and the business stops depending on you being in every single seat in that business every single day. So that's the same formula on all 10. Again, we want to normalize it, map it to the outcome, land the cost of doing nothing. Now let's zoom out and look at how this maps to everything else that we deliver here. So this is zooming back out here. We map to every one of the goals that matters. So you can read through them as well. Financial growth, revenue margins, cash flow, overhead. We hit that on the head with the AI workforce, customer and market reach, low retention, lower CAC, brand satisfaction. That's reputation, listings, conversation, AI, operational efficiency, streamlined workflows, and digital transformation. That's Vibe and CRM automation. And honestly, this is one of our strongest fits here. Team productivity, more output, and gets the owners nights back. That's our workforce in a nutshell. The strategic growth piece would be scalable, standardized operation. That's the Vendasta platform with our automations plus Vibe. So what do we sell them? I showed this slide last time I was on stage here, and this question was asked, and a lot of people come back and ask me time and time again, like, what is that package that solves a lot of those problems? And it's right in front of you there. There's a couple different permeations of this package that you can add things in, but this would be sort of the baseline that I would sell to every single SMB. It's one package: conversations AI, reputation AI, CRM AI, listings, social, pro, and local SEO, and it's about $171 all in. You can sell this for whatever you would like. Our recommendation is that you sell it for a minimum of $499 a month because it's such a powerful tool. So you more than welcome to sell it at $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. I have partners that actively do that. In this example here, we priced at $499. So that's $371 of margin per client every single month in your pocket. So remember the pain point poll. Whatever your client needed, this package actually solves it. But here's the magic. It also solves the ones that they didn't mention, the unknown pain points, the ones that surface next quarter or down the road. And that's why it retains your customers. You're not patching one problem, you're covering their whole operation. Again, stop selling ingredients, start selling the cake. And here's how they all snap together. Prove one outcome. The ROI becomes undeniable because they see it every single day. That makes the next upsell super easy. The basket grows, retention climbs, and net revenue retention goes above and beyond 100. One proven outcome sets the whole flywheel spinning. So let me stop talking and let me think about starting to build these. We're already halfway through, and we're going to do some building here. There we are. So we're going to do a bit of a Vibe session here, along with some AI employees and some automations, and we'll show you how that all ties together. One more poll, and this one decides how impressed you are about me to be able to do it here. So jump in. How many can write code? All right, well, we got one allergic to code. That was me. All you shy people out there. We got some advanced people. We got some intermittents. That's a decent split. It's great. Or 50% are in the bottom. Yeah, 60%, closer to 60% in the bottom two, beginner starting from zero, and that's fine. And I'm going to show you how easy it is in a few moments here. I can break websites. I love that. Great. So let's talk about Vibe. So for the newcomers, here's Vibe basically in one quick breath. You describe what you want in plain English, and Vibe builds a real working app website tool. It already knows the business because we have that all in the platform. So any of your SMBs, it'll know all about their business. It'll know their logo, their services, their profile data, and that's all loaded automatically when you add a new client into the Vendasta ecosystem. It's already wired into Vendasta. The forms and everything else flow straight into the CRM. You don't need Zapier or any other outside tools. And the nice part about it at the end is you actually own the code. There's no lock-in. So why does Vibe matter for expansion outcomes? And this is the why. The hardest part of outcome selling is making value visible. And AI does exactly, our Vibe actually does just that. It turns an abstract result into a dashboard or a tool or an app that the client needs and that they'll actually use every single day. A client who logs in daily is never going to churn. So if you remember that basket size, engagement is retention. And then this is the last poll, I promise you. Get up on screen here. Yeah. Who's actually used Vibe? Never heard of it, tried it once, twice, or using it actively for myself, for my clients. It is in beta. So full disclosure, it is in beta and we're collecting feedback, but the feedback that we're collecting right now is this thing just works and it works really, really good. So we've got a few people that have not heard of it. People have heard of it, but not tried it. We've got some people that are trying it, once, twice, built something, not sure what to build. And I'm hopefully going to unlock a couple things for you folks today so that you can start understanding what it does. So I'm going to go into demo time. I can just imagine what's going on there. So what we're going to do here is I am going to jump into our ecosystem here. As you can see on the screen here, my head will be turned a little bit to the side here. Oh, and share this tab instead. There we go. Everyone can see that screen? Yeah, give me a thumbs up. I'm going to assume it's good. I don't have it on my screen, but that's fine. What we're going to see here today is I'm going to create a new app for you, and I'm going to call it Area 51. I'm just going to call it Area 51, and I can put a description in here. What I'm going to build is I'm going to build I copy the code. No, don't have code there. I'll just grab that quickly here from another screen. 1 second. There we go. I've got a whole bunch of code in there, or just plain language, but I'll explain what I'm doing here. So everyone's seen storage facilities and everyone knows what Area 51 is, I would imagine. So I wanted to create something cool and funny here for us to talk about today, which was going to be a storage facility, Area 51 style. So think of it as a storage facility with the vibes of Area 51, UFOs, big government, hidden, and that's what it's going to build. So I'm right now building a website, and I'm going to crank in some of the Vendasta technology inside of it. I'm going to connect our form fills, and I'm going to connect, and I just realized one thing here. Rookie move, I need a connector. I'm going to jump in here, and I'm going to add in the Vendasta forms. I'm going to also add in Superbase backend, and I'll jump back over here, back to this guy. We're going to build. Now that I got those connectors, it wouldn't have done what I wanted to. I'm going to start it again, just burning credits. Anyways, we're going to jump back to this, and it's going to build this out in a few minutes. And hopefully it'll render in real time. So I'm going to let that bake. It's going to probably take 5 to 7 minutes to build this out. How I built it is I went into our AI and just said, hey, I want to build a website for Area 51. Think of it as a storage facility with some really cool features. Make it dark, make it fun, make it funny for the demo here today. And I want you to add in the Vendasta forms. And also I'm going to give you access to the AI receptionist. I want you to put the receptionist on that website as well. So that's what it's baking in the background right now. Then, while that's cooking away here, I'm going to jump over into another part of the demo. So hopefully everybody has seen the movie Borat. I thought it was quite hilarious. I wanted to build something here today that everybody could have a little bit of fun with. So I built out a couple AI employees. I built out Borat. He's going to be the chat receptionist. And then I built out Brohilda, his wife, angry at him. She's always upset with Borat, and she's going to be the voice receptionist. So it took me about 5 minutes each to actually go in and configure these these 2 AI employees. I'm going to tease out to everybody here something that's coming, not available yet, but everybody here, I'm sure, has jumped in and played around with our technology and how to build AI employees, especially conversations and voice. I would assume most people have. Can I get a thumbs up if people have built that? I assume that, yeah, there we go. I got a couple thumbs up. And sometimes it was a little bit clunky and hard to do, and you have to go in the role and capabilities. There's this button up here that's not available to everybody yet, but coming soon. And I'm sure my development team and product team are going to be choked at me for doing this, but there's this button here that's pretty cool that I could come in with and just tell it what I want it to do. I want Borat to be a funny comedian from Kazakhstan that is going to collect lead information from clients coming in and make it engaging and try selling them something. And he's going to know the weather in any of the states. These are capabilities, whatever it may be. So I was going to ask where you're from. And I click this button here, and it is actually going to go and build all of the role capabilities and tools out for me. So that's how we're going to be configuring AI employees in the near future. And that's going to be super powerful for you, as well as your SMBs if you want to give them access to build their own. You can do things like improve my prompt, create that new capability. You can tell it to be whatever it wants, and it'll actually go in and build that all out. It'll build the role, it'll select a model, it'll come in and build out anything else that's needed. That's coming hopefully very soon. I'll go back. I did the same with Rohilda and Borat. Took me honestly 3-4 minutes. That was it. That was all. Next piece is we're going to actually go to the website. So I assume everybody can see my website on the screen there. This is just a funny mock-up website that I built very quickly using our own Vibe tool. And it's Borat's, 6th most famous man in Kazakhstan. Very nice. It's got cool functionality in it. You can go in here. Pieces that I want to point out to is it has a call to action here, as you can see, with a click to call phone number. So that would get you connected with Brohilda. If you're going to call Brohilda, there's a couple issues I'm working out with her. It doesn't like trying to put on an Eastern European accent right now, but I'll get past that, I'm sure, pretty quickly. But she's ready there to, if you want to call or text. You've got other pieces on the website. I told it build it out. I just wanted to show you and flex that it is actually a full functioning website. We put a couple tools in here. How much is a shoe, for example? The shoe was cursed. I give it for 3 potatoes and a broken clock. Wah wah wee wah. There's some other cool things here, some fun facts. But what I want to show you is I took the conversation AI, and I had it iframed and embedded right in the side. They're used to usually seeing it off to the right-hand side nav or the left-hand side. I just wanted to try something different with it. And I just gave it to Vibe and said, hey, here's my snippet of code for my conversations AI. I want it iframed in the middle, and it did that. So right now it's fully connected here. It's going to come back with something probably in a Borat style, talking about something. Yeah. 6th most famous. You look strong today. Wah wah wee wah. What's your name? And we'll go Joe. Joe Tommy. Joe Tommy, not much of a name. And I'll just shorten the cycle here and just give it a fake number and a fake name just to shorten it up. We'll see how it comes back. I'm sure it'll be on point. Now that I already gave my contact information, might ask me what I want to do. Thank you. Phone number. Yeah, it sees. Yeah, knows I'm in Canada. Yeah, what do you want from Borat to make you happy? But I'll try. So chat functionality all built in there. Scroll down to the bottom here. It's even got some cool voice technology. You can't hear it.
Very nice.
Might be able to hear it on our side. Reviews is in there. But then also something that's forgotten about quite a bit, and this is important. This is our Vendasta forms. So I had Toothy. I had the Vibe actually. There we go. We had the Vibe actually just build this for me. I didn't have to build a form. I didn't have to style it. I didn't have to embed it. I just said, hey, you have access to the Vendasta forms. Build me one for this website. And it just plugged it all in there. see if all this works. Submitted it, gave me a thank you. I reached the end. Say high fives. Yeah, look at that. I have now 1 high five worldwide. Okay. Now I'm going to jump back in. And as you can see, both of the conversations, both the communications rather, were logged here. Tooth, that was the first one we did, and that was the form fill. Great. Second one rather, and the first one was just the chat that we had with it. So both of them are filled in. Now, one of the cool things that we all seem to forget here is the fact that there's other things happening in the background. And I built an automation that it basically shows you on my phone. You might be able to see it. I got a text message basically. Well, not basically, I got a text message, and what it said was, I'm Borat, the account manager here at Borat's place, and I saw that you filled out a form fill and looking forward to talking to you. Continue the conversation on mobile. So from the form fill and from the conversation, I got 2 separate text messages to my phone as a business owner, letting me know that there's a new hot prospect sitting there right now, which I think is pretty darn cool. And then you can go in and actually see them inside the CRM and take a look at the contacts that were built by web chat and form fill as well. There's lots of other automations that you can run off of that. Now, what I wanted to show you was, it's not done baking yet, but all that was done with Vibe, the website, the form fills. It didn't build the 2 employees. I had to build those, but I just told them where they were and told them to plug them in and put them on there, which worked out really good. Now I'm going to show you one other tool here. Oh, actually, I'll show you a couple different things here. So that's one piece. So the next, share this tab instead. So the next piece of the puzzle is great. Now that Borat is a client and we've got a new website and all this cool AI technology employees lead capture set up for it, and with automations running it through pipeline, what would Borat might want to see? So from Borat, we just vibed him out quickly a piece of technology here that is their reporting dashboard now. It's a not fully functioning, but it's a prototype of a dashboard to show all of the work that you're doing for them right now. So AI workforce, imagine task complete, hours saved, salary saved. These are all pieces that plug in here, and you can take a look at them all. But this is the future. This is where we're going with Vibe is create tools, dashboards, apps that allow you to do your job more efficiently without having to rely on third-party software and another subscription somewhere else that doesn't talk to the system. That's the beautiful piece about the Vendasta technologies. It all talks together. All these data points that we're gathering on social, paid search, AI workforce, email campaigns, that all is going to pipe into one area at some point in time. Now, other pieces that I started playing around with, like, hey, how would an agency be able to, retain spend with clients by showing them things like this? And how could we actually talk to them in an intelligent way about what the future might look like if they were to increase ad spend? And this one, I just built a quick tool in here that would say, like, hey, if we added X amount more of ad budget or decreased it based on, your projected return from a client, this is how much it would grow or compress by. And this is a great tool of showing them all the hard work that you've been doing for them, and also plan for the future. So that's just a couple quick little things that we did there with Borat. I wanted to show you an internal tool. So we had a problem here at Vendasta as well. One of the problems that we had was A2P. Everybody's aware of A2P verification and the 10 DLC requirements. So that's in the United States. When you go to register a new client for SMS technology, we have to perform an audit that goes over to get checked by a regulatory body. And sometimes it's painful. Actually, most of the time it's painful and takes a long time, and it comes back with reasons why they didn't get accepted. What this does is this allowed my account managers and customer success managers to go out and actually do audits on these websites before we actually had to submit them. So this is a real life app. I'll do in here. .com. I don't know if it'll scrape that website, abc.com. But this is what it's doing right now. It's actually going out there. It's fetching websites, the website that I gave it. It's going to scan all of this and it's going to return something back to me. And this is all 100% Vendasta vibe coded. There's nothing that I personally couldn't build. So this was all built by me, and I'm not a developer. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you, like, I'm not a developer, and I was able to figure this out myself as a somewhat technical person, but not overly. Read through some documentation, built it out, put a super base on. I had to get a tool to crawl, and boom, it spit this out for me. And I made some tweaks along the line and burnt some credits and had some fun doing it. But I learned something new that's super valuable for my team that actually is not a prototype. It's a live website right here. And what it did is it said, it went out and based on the information I gave it, it said this site, abc.com, will not pass an A2P audit so that they can get SMS for marketing. It said 8 passed, 2 failed, 2 warnings. So it goes through it, but then it actually shows you where the mistakes are or where the critical issues are. And it gives you ready to publish ways to fix it. And then next action step plan here. And with this, we just added, hey, maybe a client wants to use this and they have a copy paste email that they can send to their client right now. We've done your audit. It's not compliant. This is why. So this is just a tool that we built, which bought me enough time, I'm sure, to go back and see how that Area 51 website was built. I'm going to flip back and share this tab instead. All right. So based on the prompt I gave it, it built a fairly cool looking website. It's got a phone number in there. Click to call, ready to go, reserve a unit, get an estimate. I haven't seen this because it just honestly just built it. So I'm looking at this same time to you, talk to an agent, click to call. Whoop, that will actually call. Get an estimate. It's got some fun little things here, redacted and Roswell souvenirs and stuff like that. Run with numbers, click calls everywhere. The chatbot is live. So it is the Borat one because I said here, use my chat. So it pulled up the old Borat one from the other one, but you could just go in and swap that out with maybe Agent X that could help you out to do all that. The phone number does work as well, as we can see. Contact. Oh, it did build out a form fill inside of here as well. Very cool. Yeah, so the form fill, the web chat, all installed with one command. It's got some FAQs. It really went and built something pretty cool here. It said it built an estimator tool. So I have $149. I want 2 units. Oh yeah, shoot, it is working. This is pretty neat. Oh, and I got some click-ons. I want some climate control, some anti-gravity shelving. I'm not sure what that is, but it's bringing it all together. As I said, I'm curious to see where this leads us as well. So let's just see. Let's do. Oh, it took us to the form fill. Very cool. With a couple prompts, I could probably have that in a better workflow to go straight in rather than request me to go back there. It honestly, fairly cool, very quick, less than 10 minutes. Now, I know that there's probably a question out there. How much did this cost to build? So the credit cost when I did Borat was about 650 Vendasta AI credits, and the time took about 7 to 8 minutes. This will be right along the same sort of size as that. And if you wanted to publish it, this app is, you can go back and refine it, play with it, make it a little bit better. As I said, you can download it. You can revert back to another one here. You can make it smaller, bigger, and then you can just publish it. You got a custom domain, plug it in. Right now, if you want to just test it, it would be this one here, area dash, and you just publish it. And it will go live after that. If you want a layer of security, you can add in the SSO piece. If you want to fetch data from the Vendasta platform, think of conversations data, reputation data, social data. Once those tools are on and it's collecting it, you could pipe that in here as well. So that is us in a nutshell. I'm going to leave some time for questions. I'm flying a little bit blind here in my studio. Don't have my team yelling and telling me to step into frame and not, but I think that we can probably jump over.
You look great. You're in frame. All is well.
Thanks, Rashida. We'll jump back here. Awesome. Do we have any questions right now?
Most of the questions have been answered very kindly by Derek and Keegan. Bill was just asking how much it costs to do the build. We went over the credits and the time, but any kind of like specific hard costs with relation to the monthly fee for the Vibe product.
Yeah, you can jump in, and we have 3 different options available for it. Let's just see if we can find that for you here. Just one second. But there are 3. You can go into the marketplace and you can take a look at them. We have one very basic one. I think comes loaded with 250 credits, and that would just be, build me out a simple landing page or build me out a dashboard or a quick app, stuff like that. Websites do consume a few more credits than building out other things, but there's a basic one that you can use for $0 and try it out. It comes with limited credits. You can buy more. And then we have 2 others that have monthly recurring credit limits, and you can look at both of those as well. And then we also allow you to purchase one-off, 10,000 credits, 25,000, 5,000, 100,000. You can buy those as well, and they're all priced very competitively in there. That's it for hard questions. Okay, I guess we can wrap it up here pretty quick. This is just what I tell all my clients, like, just use it. Just go out and play with it. Even if it's a free version of Vibe, or you just want to play around with the AI employees, just go try, use it, build it, have fun. Once you've done that, you've mastered it, or you're comfortable with it, then they're going to be more comfortable to resell it here. This is something that we do suggest to a lot of our partners is, when you're talking to an SMB or one of your clients that might be hesitant around AI, sit down with them and co-build it together. It's one of the more powerful things I've seen partners do, is actually sit with partners, interview them, ask them questions, then start building the AI employee in front of them or behind the scenes and give it back to them, and then ask them to break it. Say, hey, does this know everything about you and your business? Does it capture your brand, your personality, how you sell, who you sell to? That makes it much more powerful. Then they've got skin in the game. They're excited. They're interested. And then you can move into the next phase, which is, give them a 30-day trial. Have them have fun with it. And then at the end, they're going to own it, and they're going to really appreciate what you've done, because it's something that is so powerful and does so much more than they ever thought it could. We just finished up the Partner Advisor Council, and of those partners that were here a couple weeks ago when we first launched Vibe, 71% of them, and some of them never seen it, so they never even tried it. I bet you the number's more like 90% now, but 71% of them said that Vibe is an absolute game changer for their agency and for their SMBs. So it's a significant upgrade in the Vendasta ecosystem, and we're just at the cusp of being able to add more. I know our chief architect, Jesse Reddle, is hard at work with him and his team, adding more and more capabilities to this tool, so that everything is one ecosystem for all of your information, your data, and that of your SMBs, to make all of the AI employees and autonomous units work so much better together. With that, your recipe. We're not going to get to all the questions here today. We had a whole bunch in there, but we're not going to do that last poll either, because we're running out of time. But if you want some time, book some time with your account manager or your CSM. If you're still having problems, feel free to reach out to me. My email is right there. We promised a draw, so this is what we're going to give away today. We're going to give away some of my time. I'd gladly give that away any day. We're going to give a free unit of our upper tier Vibe for a month, so that you can start using it. And I'm actually going to join you in that 1-hour session, and I'm going to help you build something really cool for your own business or one of your clients. And then what I will do from there is I will also jump back in if I don't have the tools or knowledge myself, and allow you to get access to other resources within the Vendasta ecosystem. I'm going to share this tab here. So it's a small QR code. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger here on the screen for a few seconds. If you scan that, put your first, last name in and any other details that Rashida asked, and it'll start populating on here, and then we'll spin the draw drum. We'll give everyone a couple seconds here. So scan the QR code. Seen some names on there already. Book you some time, get you some free software, and then access to myself and my team to build out a really, really cool Vibe app.
Can you make the QR code a little bit bigger again, Jeff?
Yeah, sorry there.
Thank you. There we go, everyone.
There we are. Awesome. We'll give it a couple more seconds. And we'll spin the wheel of fun and see who wins. Give it another couple seconds. We'll jump to it. Awesome. Oh, got a couple more joining there. Give everyone 10 seconds. Get your name in. We're all ready. Oh, there's some people on here that I recognize. Okay, we're going to hit it. Spin the wheel. All right. And we got our big winner for the day. I won't butcher the name. It's your name on screen. I'm going to have fun working with you in the near future on this. Once again, my name is Jeff Leibel, head of growth and expansion here at Vendasta. Love talking to partners like you folks. We've got a couple more coming up. Don't forget, every Tuesday, we do our Jumpstart program. That's more of a how to use the tools and how to make connections and get them to do cool things. And that's led by Rashida and her team. And then every Thursday at 11 a.m., our time here, obviously, we're going to be continuing to do this. We're going to take a break next week because it is Canada Day in Canada, July the 1st, July the 4th. We know that attendance wouldn't be that great. And we've got a great guest coming up. The one and only Brendan King, our CEO, is going to be at, I think it's the 9th. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rashida.
Sorry, July 9th. Yes, with Brendan.
Yeah, July 9th is the date for that one. So you're going to want to come to that one. He's got something very cool he has up his sleeve that I desperately wanted to steal today, but he said no. But you'll get access to him for a full hour on the 9th. So look forward to seeing you all then. Everybody have a great day and be safe.
Thanks all. Bye.